Last time on Layton Brothers Mystery Room.
Yeah, I thought that would be the end. Oh, it's Potty Professor.
And now back to breaking people's hearts. Literally.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to some more Layton Brothers Mystery Room. The last time we left off, we finished case 7 and 8 because we had some extra time, so figured may as well play them. And now, we're on to the final case. Good cop, bad cop. So let's go. I'll have to get my voice ready because I'm probably going to be doing a bit of Potty Professor today.
Thank goodness I managed to get out of that one. Now where does this corridor lead, I wonder? I've got to find Hilda and the professor. Professor, you didn't really destroy evidence, did you? But if this paperwork Diane gave me is genuine, it's hard to see any other... Oh, come on, Lucy lass. Stop dithering about and get on with the job at hand. I'm not going back to that room for nothing, so it's onwards and upwards. I need to find Hilda as soon as possible.
What? But I'm not reconstructing anything, game. What? Oh, that's smart. Don't worry, it'll be over soon. Before long, everyone will know your crimes. What are you talking about? I know about shame, about dishonor, about suffering. Who is this girl? You will die a discredited man, trusted by no one. Enough, shut your trap. It's time. Oh, my head, it's killing me. What the heck is going on? Goodbye. So this is Diane and the professor? Good cop, bad cop. Or the professor and the professor? I don't know. God, when I think the professor, all I can think of is greatest attorney.
What part of the castle is this? Looks like some sort of tower or something, but... Ah! That was a gunshot. It came from upstairs.
Whoa.
Professor!
Lucy, is that you?
What's happened to you?
Diane tied me up here. Could you untie me?
Professor,
Yes.
what's that in your hands?
I can't see, obviously, so I'm unable to say for sure, but I believe it's a pistol.
And who's out on the floor?
Oh no, Diane's dead. Oh no, it was a setup.
Diane, is she dead? Do not trust how friendly Layton that man is. He killed Papa. What's going on, Professor?
Please just untie me, Lucy. Then I'll explain everything.
Stay away from him. Hilda! Put down the gun now, at once!
Hilda, you're here too. What's the matter? Why are you barking at me? Lucy, please, could you at least remove this blindfold?
Professor, I want to help you, but you dropped that gun first.
That's fine. I'm going to let it go on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, now before we go any further, we need to conduct an investigation of the scene.
Goodness, the heavens are really opened, haven't they? I feel like it's been a long while since my eyes have seen the light.
I don't care how long it's been. Start talking. What happened here?
Aren't you going to untie me?
Please just tell us what happened first, Professor.
Very well. Where should I start?
Why did you come here alone? Why didn't you request backup?
Because Diane's note said I should come alone, and that if I didn't, she would detonate a bomb at a hospital, or a school, or Lucy's home.
Eh? Alright, and then what?
Obviously, I came here alone and tried to find Diane. I eventually tracked her down this room, but
you allowed yourself to be caught, did you?
she showed me that she had Lucy shut in that room. There was nothing I could do. She had the upper hand.
Oh, I see.
Yes, I watched you solve the case, Lucy. And a fine work of deduction it was, too. I'm impressed.
Thanks, Professor. Don't change the subject, Al. What happened after that?
After Lucy managed to work her way out of the room she was in, Diane became very volatile. She said she planned to kill me in front of Lucy.
Give over!
She blindfolded me and she pressed something cold and hard up against my forehead. I heard her cock the hammer of her gun. Then there was a gunshot.
I heard that. That's why I came running.
I really thought I had been shot, but it turned out I hadn't been. Then something heavy landed in my lap. Just as I was wondering what on earth was going on, Lucy came in.
So, you really didn't do it then, Professor?
Of course not.
You're lying, Lucy. Oh, you're lying. Lucy, don't be deceived. Don't be fair, Hilda. I already searched this tower from the ground up, and there's nobody here but us three. Al is the only possible culprit of this crime. Surely the killer could have got away somehow, no? No.
We're not even going to consider the possibility that it was a suicide.
There are doors in the tower on the first 3 levels, but only the ground floor one can be opened. The only way to get to this room is to come in at the ground floor and climb the stairs. What about the floors above us? The stairs keep going up from the roof. The stairs going up from this roof lead to the rooftop, that's all. There's an external staircase leading up to the roof, but it's long since been completely impassable. Nothing's changed in that respect since 4 years ago, so you should know that as well as anyone, Al. Lucy, where were you when you heard the gunshots? I was at the bottom of this tower, and there's no other explanation. I was outside the castle at the time, but I headed straight for this tower when I heard the shot. So you're on the ground floor, Lucy. I was outside the castle, and Al was alone with Diane in here. And now we are the only 3 people in the tower, living people at least. So I ask you, Lucy, who killed Diane? Can there really be any doubt?
No! Come on! Let me pick... Me! I don't want to say him! Fine.
Diane's killer, well, must have been the professor. That's right. Since you were on the ground floor when the shooting occurred, the culprit must still be in the tower. And so, offender Layton, I'm arresting you on suspicion of anything you...
Okay. Oh, this takes me back.
Party, Professor!
And you, Hilda, doesn't it take you back to that day 4 long years ago now?
If you're talking about the time you shot Keelan Makepeace, then yes. Sadly, Al, it does. You murdered someone then, you've murdered someone now.
Not true. In fact, this little incident has proven it. The person who killed Keelan and the person who killed his daughter are one and the same. And that person has conspired to make me look guilty. Oh, it's totally going to be Hilda, isn't it?
Do you really think I'm going to be taken in by such a feeble rebuttal?
Untie me! Then I'll explain everything!
You have plenty of time to explain things when we're back at the station.
Lucy, can't you shut this mare up? Come on, get these ropes off me!
Steady on, Professor.
Do as the man says. Untie him. Do as the man says. Untie him.
Justin, not a moment too soon.
I'm sorry it's taken me so long.
Where's the backup?
Still on its way. It was harder to organize than I expected, so the commissioner sorted out and came on ahead. But never mind the backup for now. Let's see what else to say.
Don't be ridiculous. He's killed again, you realize?
Not according to the man himself, though, I presume.
There's no other explanation. I don't trust him.
Don't worry, I'll soon put a stop to any shenanigans. My slugs never miss. Everyone knows that.
You wouldn't shoot him, surely? Very well, as long as you're prepared, Justin.
Well, Justin. Turns out you can be useful sometimes after all.
Don't get me wrong, Al. I don't trust you anymore either. Not completely, at least.
I couldn't care less whether you trust me or not. All I care about is the truth. The truth about all that's gone on here at Forbodium Castle.
Fine, I'm going to untie him then. Stay alert, everyone.
Yo, Justin is so cool, bruh. Honestly, Justin,
So how do you intend to prove your innocence, Al?
As I just said, Keelan's killer and Diane's killer are one and the same. So first of all, let's cast our minds back to the events of 4 years ago in this very castle.
When Keelan was killed, you mean? When you shot him?
Forbodium Castle. As you all will have observed, there are 3 towers at its entrance.
The tower we're in here is the West Tower. The other 2 are the Central Tower and the East Tower.
It was here, on the roof of the West Tower, that Makepeace and I were shot.
Don't use wordplay to imply your innocence. You were the shooter, Al.
So, what were the events leading up to the shootings? Let's hear statements from the suspects themselves, shall we?
Suspects? Are you seriously suggesting that?
Of course, your suspects. You, Justin Lawson, and you, Hilda Pertinax.
I beg your pardon. Justin and Hilda, suspects?
Is it really such a leap? On the day in question, obviously the victim, Keelan Makepeace, and I were present at the scene. The only others present were Justin, Hilda, and good old Commissioner Barton. Okay, it's totally the Commissioner, never mind. What was I talking about?
Don't be absurd, Al. Do you have any idea what we all went through to try to help you that day?
Save your breath, Hilda. There's no talking to this deranged fool. Very good, Justin. Just occasionally you have a useful insight. Why don't we start with you? Tell us what happened that day.
Well, it was 4 years ago to start with. We'd heard they'd tracked down the suspected serial killer responsible for the Jigsaw puzzle killings.
The here, weren't? The Forebodium Castle, you mean?
That's right. Hilda, myself, and the Commissioner were getting ready for a raid. But then we heard Al was already on his way there, acting completely on his own authority, might I add. So we had to forego the rest of our preparations and head after it.
It was raining like Noah's flood that day, and inside the castle was pitch black. It made searching the place all but impossible. While we heard the fumbling in the dark, we had the first shot. Up until then, we were working our way around together.
Oh, shoot.
But after hearing the shot, we decided to split up in order to locate Al as quickly as possible. It wasn't too long before Justin found them.
Yes, I was on the roof of the East Tower. I spotted Al and Makepeace on the roof of the West Tower. To be honest, I couldn't believe my eyes.
Why? What were going on?
Makepeace. Al had Makepeace totally cornered. He was slowly closing in on him, and Makepeace was clearly injured.
What? The professor were closing in on Makepeace, not the other way around.
Yes, and he was grinning in that way. He does when he knows he's won. Gun trained squarely on his quarry. Makepeace was trying to fight back. He was waving his own gun at Al, but his sides were clearly too painful.
Eh? How come?
The gunshot we'd all heard before. Makepeace took the first slug to the gut. I shouted out as loudly as I could. "Don't shoot, Al! Stand down!" I bellowed.
It was Justin shouting that alerted the Commissioner and myself to Al's whereabouts. Is it gonna be Justin? I don't know.
Oh god, now the game's getting me to second guess myself.
I just reached the top of the central tower and the Commissioner was in the castle grounds. The Commissioner couldn't have seen what was happening from where he was, but I saw everything from where I was. I saw Al driving Makepeace into the corner while he was grappling his right side in pure agony. 2 witnesses. Doesn't look good.
What are you gonna say in your defense, Al?
To say? Nothing. I don't even remember it.
No, a very convenient case of memory loss if you ask me. What happened after that, then?
I let the Commissioner know where Al and Makepeace were, then we all made for the West Tower.
The Commissioner reached the floor below the roof before Justin or I did. But the stairway was barred shut and it was impossible to get to the rooftop. I don't know. When the Commissioner was trying to break the door down, we had 2 more shots in rapid succession. So that was when... Yes, that's when Al and Makepeace shot each other.
And where were you two at that point in time?
I was coming down the external staircase from the East Tower when I heard the shots.
I'd made it as far as the bottom of the West Tower. The Commissioner was still breaking down the door when I reached him. So you arrived on the scene at the rooftop together then, before Justin? That's right. Like I said, he was still breaking down the door when I reached the 3rd floor. Eventually, he hacked through it. Then we climbed the final set of stairs to the roof together. We found both Al and Makepeace down in vast pools of blood. Neither of them were conscious.
I arrived at the rooftop just a few moments after that. They were both lying there, not moving a muscle. I'd gladly erase that scene from my memory, I can tell you.
I see. So, now we need to go to the rooftop. Lucy, follow me.
Wait a minute, Professor.
Hey, you can't just wander around.
What's the plan, Professor? What are we doing up here?
Conducting an investigation, of course. What else?
But all this happened 4 years ago.
True, but I have the original case file.
Hey, that's mine! What are you doing with files that don't belong to you, Al?
I just had a feeling it may come in handy, so I decided to borrow them.
When did you?
You should be pleased. After all, I'm going to lead you to the truth of this case.
The truth. Those 2 things are incompatible.
The details of all the evidence found at the time are in this file. So let's begin. Start with the bodies of Keelan and Diane. Then you can examine my half-dead self.
So I guess we're doing an actual...
Alright.
According to the report, Keelan was shot on the roof of the West Tower.
Correct, which is why we need to be there now too.
What's the point? Being at the scene is going to teach us anything that isn't already in the file.
That attitude is precisely the reason why the case remains unsolved 4 years after the event.
I wish a normal professor could hear you say that.
What?
None. Forget it. On with the investigation. He doesn't like going outside.
What? What does he do then?
Wait, which one? I think it's... yeah. 2 bullet wounds, one from his left midriff, and one to the head. Both fired from Al's gun.
He was shot twice. One in his head and... once in his side and once in his head.
The first shot hit him in the side, then he took a bullet to the head when he and Al shot each other.
There's no question the bullets were fired from Al's gun. Forensic confirmed it.
I saw them waving their guns at each other moments before I heard the shots as well. It's all too clear.
I'm afraid so. The moment I witnessed that scene, any trust I had left in Al went up in smoke.
Oh, the melodrama.
What did you say?
Nothing, my dear. I was simply remembering what an over-emotional, cantankerous, opinionated woman you can be.
Says the unrelenting, sarcastic, snide, conceited master of cynicism. Oh yes, it's all coming back now. Hi, heck, Justin. Were these two always like this?
Ah, the old days. That were just a task to Lucy. These two could argue for England.
I had no idea the professor had it in him.
We shall leave them to it and see if we can identify the weapon used to kill Makepeace, shall we?
Aye, might be best.
Find the gun that killed Makepeace.
Kill and make peace.
Oh, 2.
Here's the gun that we used to shoot Makepeace, the professor's gun. Indeed it is. Al's fingerprints were all over it.
Hardly a difficult thing to engineer, and any idiot could manage that.
And there are 2 empty cartridges on the floor nearby, too.
Yes, there's absolutely no doubt that this is the spot where Al shot Makepeace. 2 empty cartridges. Aye, from the shot that hit Makepeace in the side and subsequent shot to the head, eh?
No.
Sorry?
How could I miss such an obvious mistake all this time?
What are you talking about, Al?
You've done all this investigating, you still haven't noticed? You're even more dim-witted than I dared think possible.
You want me to blow a hole in your head so we can see what's between your ears, sunshine?
Steady on, Justin!
Listen carefully now. There's a gaping inconsistency between one of your statements and the corpse. Let's see if you can redeem yourself by identifying the erroneous statement.
Shoot, that one... Oh, yeah! Oh, it's because he got shot in the left side, right, or something?
He'll just said in the statement that Makepeace will clutch in his right side, but that can't be.
Are you just guessing?
Oh, wasn't that the right one?
No, you're spot on.
What do you mean? That can't be? What's wrong with my statement? Well, think back to what the report said about Makepeace's body. He was shot in his right side, he was shot in the left. Rubbish, I know what I saw. He had his gun in his right hand, and he was clasping the right side of his midriff with his left hand. I could see everything quite clearly from where I was on the top floor of the central tower.
Whatever you say, the fact remains. Only Makepeace's left side showed signs of injury.
But that can't be. The original investigation must have been flawed in some...
Why did you lie?
I didn't lie!
I don't believe you.
Oh! I really don't know what to think, to be honest. But does it really matter if the man was shot in his left side or his right?
Of course it matters.
Why?
That will come to light in the course of our ongoing investigation.
You're very sure of yourself, Professor. You don't even know how it matters, but you're sure it will?
Al, you haven't learned a single thing in the 4 years since this happened, have you?
No, it's important, I promise.
Al's witness. I don't know what this is, but okay.
According to the report, the professor was shot down on the roof of the West Tower.
I was. Someone shot me. Very nearly lethally.
Someone? You mean Makepeace, surely?
I'm really not interested in discussing this with someone so ruled by prejudice and preconception.
I beg your pardon.
Here we go again. Come on, Lucy. Let's get this investigation buttoned up.
Aye, quick smart.
I don't... God, Potty Professor... Look, Alfendi's a cool guy, right? But Potty Professor is just... He's cool. I love how just he interacts with people. You shot in the chest with a bullet. Severe hemorrhage.
This is the spot, eh? For the professor were nearly fatally wounded 4 years ago. The bullet they found the bullet they pulled from Al's body were fired from Makepeace's gun. There can be no doubt about that.
In other words, he was shot down by Keyland Makepeace, as we've known all along. Surely you can't take issue with that.
Strange.
Sorry?
Justin, you say you saw me pointing my gun at Makepeace, correct?
Correct. I saw it all too clearly.
And where was I standing at that point?
I mean, I would assume... Oh, I see the problem. Why would he fall forward? That doesn't make any sense.
On the fire, the professor was standing around about here when you were closing in on Makepeace.
That's it, yes. The very spot.
Hilda, do you agree? Is this where you saw me, too?
Yes, that's where you were. Why? What of it?
I see.
Oh, oi! What's with that annoying grin of yours?
Grin? No, this is very sad. Unfortunately, someone among us has given a false statement. One of you is a liar.
I'll be serious, Al.
I always am, Hilda. No, consider where I'm supposed to have been standing, and it's obvious. The false statement is... See if you get this wrong, I swear to God, I will kill you.
Oh, Hilda, because she should have seen it from the other side, clearly. Yeah.
Hilda said in his statement that she saw the professor from the top floor of the central tower, but that can't be.
Are you just guessing?
Oh, wasn't that the right one?
No, you're spot on.
Stop these foolish games. Tell me what's wrong with my statement. Come on, out with it. Al had his gun trained very carefully on Makepeace. I saw it quite clearly. I don't think so, Hilda. You can't see down to where you say the professor were from the top of the central tower. Excuse me. It's a slit window up there.
Oh, it's a slit window up there. All you could have seen is the southern side of the west tower where Makepeace was. I was on the northern side of the tower. You wouldn't have been able to see me at all.
No, that can't...
Why did you lie?
I did not lie. I mean, I didn't exactly lie, but...
But what?
I may have been seriously mistaken, perhaps.
What are you trying to say, Hilda?
I need to amend my statement. I definitely saw Makepeace with his gun at the ready, but I didn't actually see Al.
Well, well. Truth is the best policy, after all.
Don't be facetious. We're talking about events of 4 years ago. Mistakes are bound to be made. What a comeback. I wish I could think of things to say like that when I'm up a gum tree.
So I was the only one who actually saw Al, was I?
It seems so.
What of it?
Yes, what of it?
You're going to have to be less obtuse, Al. I don't follow.
You will, all in good time.
Alrighty. Couldn't see Al. Who shot Diane?
Poor Diane. I can't believe it.
Her death seems to have...
Her death seems to upset you very deeply, Lucy. But isn't this the woman who very nearly killed you? Well, aye, that's true, but... Having had a bit of a chat with her, I could see she was just a normal lass underneath.
Oh, bravo, Detective Constable Baker. You never fail to see the best in people. Perhaps you'll explain Diane's virtues to the family of the murdered agent who became the unfortunate pig.
No, I wasn't trying to excuse...
Never mind. I think it's fair to say that Diane was a rotten apple, but whoever killed her is no better. And that's the case we're trying to solve now.
Quite so. Let's investigate Diane's corpse and the weapon used to murder her. Then hopefully we'll learn something about the true killer's identity.
Alrighty. Death was induced by a bullet to the temple and is likely to have been near instantaneous. A single shot to the temple? She probably didn't even have time to realize she'd been shot.
No, there's no sign of a struggle. Very interesting, wouldn't you say?
I mean, it could be a suicide, but no rounds have been fired. Oh, okay, never mind.
Gun still fully loaded. Not a single shot has been fired from it. Aye, and from where it's lying on the floor, it looks like that was Diane's gun, eh?
I mean, this institution would have been possible for Alan to tie himself up with it.
Professor were tied up good and tight with this rope.
Yes, there's no way he could have got himself free from that.
So he couldn't have shot Diane.
I wouldn't go that far. He could have managed some movement of his wrists and hands, probably enough to shoot the girl.
Aye, you can't really deny that.
The real question is, how do you get hold of the gun?
Single shot's been fired and the barrel is still warm. In other words, they were fired recently. No question.
Okay.
Well, have you deduced anything from this pointless exercise?
Oh, I think so.
Oh, what's that then?
The location of the shooter who killed Diane. Can you figure out where the shot was fired from?
By judging her how she's fallen, I'd say the killer must have been on the stairs leading up to the roof when he or she shot her.
Exactly. It could hardly be more obvious when you look at the body. Surely the great mind of Hilda Pertinax can figure out what that means.
Clearly you want me to say that you could therefore not have been the one to shoot the victim.
Yes, I do. There's absolutely no way she could have fallen as she did if I shot from where I was bound in my chair.
So it wasn't you who did it, Professor?
Of course not. And that's not all.
Oh, what else is there?
Someone as devious as Diane wouldn't make herself an easy target. We can be fairly sure she had no idea she was under threat. In other words, Diane didn't think there was anybody on the stairs leading up to the roof.
Hardly a shattering news, Al.
But then how did the killer get onto the stairs? Isn't that rather intriguing?
Not really. Clearly the culprit had climbed up the tower sometime when Diane wasn't around.
Impossible. Diane didn't set a foot outside this room from the moment she captured me until her death. And there's no way anyone else could have reached the castle before I did.
That leaves us four, Al. Watch what you're implying.
As I already said, today's events are intimately tied to what happened here 4 years ago. The suspects are the same.
What are you trying to say, Al? How do you suggest the culprit managed to get up onto the roof,
Oh, it's really very simple. The killer got to the room without passing through this room at all.
That's not an answer, that's nonsense.
Agreed.
Just what I'd
expect a pair of closed-minded, unimaginative triglycerides to say. I don't even know what that is.
I beg your pardon?
Do you have any idea how much trouble you're in, Al? You're up to your eyeballs, my friend.
Oh, I'm well aware of my predicament.
But the truth is, the killer knows of a secret way to the roof that even I'm not aware of. A way that bypasses this room that eliminates the need to open the door on the stairway here.
Stop yelling, bruh. You're killing my voice.
Isn't it amazing what a little bit of investigation can turn up? Don't you think, Hilda?
Are you alright, Hilda?
Let's go over what we've learned in order. First of all, we've established that Diane was shot in the temple. From the angle of penetration, we can deduce that the shooter was on the stairs that led to the roof. And that in itself tells us something more. The killer almost certainly didn't use the stairs, but knew another way to the roof of the West Tower.
I still can't see how there can be another way up to the roof.
Furthermore, we've uncovered some disturbing facts about the murder of Keelan Makepeace 4 years ago. The statements of investigating officer Hilda Pertinax have been shown to be extremely questionable.
There's no need to rub salt in their wound, Al.
Firstly, she claimed 4 years ago to have seen me wielding a gun threateningly at Keelan Makepeace. That, however, was an out-and-out lie.
I wasn't honest. I wasn't
I
wasn't lying. I made an honest mistake, that's all.
In actual fact, all she saw was Makepeace wielding a gun. She didn't see me at all. That's not the end of the witness's dubious statements. She also claimed to have seen Makepeace holding his right side while he wielded his firearm. However, examination of the victim's body showed no wound on the right side, only the left.
I'm quite certain of what I saw. I assure you I'm telling the truth. He was clasping his right side. I remember it clearly.
The aforementioned point leads us to two further issues that require investigation. How did the killer get to the roof of the West Tower? And what does the inconsistency between Hilda's statement and the post-mortem report tell us? Objections? You have none? Good. Then let's investigate.
I
want to deal with this first.
Hilda made a statement to the effect that Makepeace were clasping his right side, but examination of the body revealed a wound to the left side only.
Aye, so you keep saying, but what does that tell us?
There really aren't that many possibilities. Can't you figure out which is likely to be closest to the truth?
She lied, Makepeace wasn't shot, she made a mistake. Yeah, okay.
Didn't Makepeace one shot at all, in the left or right side.
Be serious, woman. Didn't you hear what we said? Makepeace was collapsing his midriff in agony. Of course he'd been shot.
You're exactly right, Lucy.
What? Have you both lost your faculties?
Makepeace was clasping his midriff in apparent agony. But that's how it looked to you. But only how it looked. You didn't actually see the wound.
But that doesn't make sense.
I know how the criminal mind works. It's like I'm inside their heads. Makepeace hadn't been shot. He hadn't been shot at all. He was simply clasping his midriff to make it appear that he'd been shot. It was all an act.
An act? What possible reason?
I don't think so, Al. That doesn't add up. He had a total of 3 shots that day, and there were 3 gunshot wounds as a result. Al's 1 and Makepeace's 2.
That's true. It was the first. If the first was fired in thin air as part of the act, we should have heard 4 shots in all. The first fake one, then the 3 that caused the wounds found on Al and Makepeace.
Use your brains, you sloths.
Come again?
The answer is staring you in the face. That first shot that was part of the act is the key. It wasn't fired in thin air. Oh, he was shot. It wasn't fired in thin air as you so foolishly assumed, Justin. No, it found its intended target, and that target was Half-Dead Al.
Of course, the first bullet that were fired hit you, Professor.
Glad to see you're managing to maintain your sense of humor.
Precisely, Lucy.
All this time I've been questioning it. His hair changes, I'm not sure.
Wondering why I had no recollection of shooting Makepeace.
You really lost me now, Al. You're up in Cloud Cuckoo Land. See, because it goes back to purple and now it's back to red.
But at last I found the answer. I'd taken a bullet myself and was lying there unconscious before Makepeace had even been shot.
Hold on a minute. That's really true, then.
That's right. We have to add another to the growing list of false statements we've seen today. The statement in question being... Where is Justin's statement?
If the professor had been taken down with the first gunshot, then he couldn't have been seen pointing his gun at Makepeace, which means, Justin Lawson, you've given a false statement.
Me?
Who else?
Hold on a minute. I really don't follow your logic here. Let's just run through this again.
As you wish.
If what you're saying is true, the first gunshot was someone shooting you, Al, so you would have been out cold on the rooftop. Across from you, Makepeace puts on a show as if it's actually him who's been shot.
Exactly. Makepeace was clasping his right side in performance to make it appear as if I'd been hit.
That's it. That's the bit I don't get. What possible reason can Makepeace have had to put on a show like that? And what reason would I have to lie? Why would I not shout out to you to tell you not to shoot if you weren't wielding your gun? I don't have any reason to lie. If you're going to drag me over the coals, at least make an argument that makes sense first.
I have to agree with Justin. None of this makes the slightest bit of sense.
It's beyond simple. Justin and Makepeace were working together from the start.
We were in cahoots!
And there's evidence to prove it, Lucy.
Oh, the case report?
I think you're referring to this report I got when I solved the case of the battered pork.
That's a blast from the past, that is. And what does it possibly have to do with all this?
You explain, Lucy.
Well, according to Diane, the professor may have destroyed vital evidence in the original case. Ow, even you wouldn't sink so low, Shirley.
And now you've decided it's time to come clean, have you?
You really haven't got a clue, have you? Either of you. I wouldn't think twice about destroying evidence if it pleased me. Sorry to disappoint you, Hilda. But don't overlook the obvious. I wasn't the only one with the opportunity to do so in that case.
Surely.
Surely you're not saying...
You were both there. You know who was involved. Everyone on the team investigating the jigsaw puzzle killings had the chance. In other words, any of myself, Hilda, Justin, or the Commissioner could have destroyed the evidence.
Give over!
Diane offered another fascinating insight into her father's crimes.
I remember something my poor drunk father said to me at that time. I can get away with anything, he said, because I've got friends in the force. Are you suggesting that someone in the Met knowingly allowed a serial killer to remain at large?
More accurately, that person was controlling the flow of information to prevent Makepeace being caught.
But why would anyone do that?
Presumably, he wanted a lot of people dead. He was using Makepeace as a hired assassin, as payment for preventing his apprehension.
I get it now. And that corrupt policeman would be me, would it?
I'm so glad you managed to keep up. 4 years ago, you decided it was time to wrap things up, so you killed Makepeace and framed me for your crimes!
No, just wouldn't do something like that. Come on, Professor.
Ha ha ha. That's an impressive work of crime fiction, Al.
Fiction?
Obviously. As proof, you have held us far from convincing witness statements, and a dubious case file you obtained from the daughter of a serial killer, a criminal herself. It's not the most convincing case ever, Al.
Aye, you got a point there.
And you've forgotten one very important thing.
What's that?
Where everyone was. When I found Makepeace, I was on the roof to the east tower, not the west tower where he was. At that point, Hilda was at the top of the central tower, and the commissioner was outside the fort. It's inconceivable that I could have reached the top of the west tower before the commissioner.
Well, isn't that...
The same mystery we come back to time and again. Oh yes, the secret way to the west tower rooftop.
But that remains a mystery. Nothing's actually changed, has it? You're still the prime suspect, Al, not me.
You know, disregard the fact that I, proved that I was innocent, but whatever. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's okay. I'm used to that in these games. The murders of Diane Makepeace and her father 4 years earlier, and the attempted murder of myself. One mystery holds the key to all 3 incidents, the secret way to the top of the tower. The killer must have known a way to the rooftop without using the stairs inside the tower.
I'm sorry, Al, but you have to let this go now. There is no such way.
Hilda's right. The original investigation was very thorough. They didn't find anything like that.
Thorough? Don't make me laugh. Lucy, let's show them what thorough looks like, shall we? Look for evidence that proves the killer reached West Tower's roof without using the stairs.
Okay.
What's your point, Lucy? No. Of course it doesn't. Can't you see that?
Just for a minute,
Oh. Okay, I didn't think this was important. No, that was not me. It was, Al. It's still you, no matter how much you like to say it wasn't. No, not now.
Professor, you're back to normal?
Yeah, sorry, Lucy. I didn't mean to worry you.
Al, don't tell me you still haven't told. Professor, did you really admit to it?
Yes, Lucy, I did. I remember everything like it was yesterday. When I was on mine to the docks, naturally, I told the court everything.
That's the total opposite of what you've been saying up to now, Professor.
It's all in the past now. Forget this pointless investigation. Let's get back to the mystery room.
What are you talking about, Professor?
How can I make it any clearer? Lucy, what I'm about to say, you can consider a full confession.
There's no time for silly games, Professor.
I'm quite serious. The person who shot Keyline Makepeace dead was me, Alfendi Layton.
But I can't believe that. I won't. Sorry, Lucy. I know it's hard.
No.
I can't believe the Professor really admitted to it. All this we've done today has been a complete waste of time, hasn't it? Are you alright, Lucy? Oh, Hilda. Looks like the animal right all along, eh? Oh, about what? She warned me not to trust the Professor. Don't trust Alfendi Layton, she said. Did she? Aye. Well, seeing as we've got a confession, we might as well get back to the station, mightn't we? Just before we do, Lucy, there's something you really ought to know. Oi, what's that? I'm afraid you've been under a terrible misapprehension about Al's alternative persona. You see, the Al that was very nearly mortally wounded here 4 years ago is... well, it's the Al who I believe you refer to as Potty Professor, the bad one. Eh? I don't understand. The Al you're used to, the quiet, considerate, even meek Al, is someone none of us had ever met before until the events of 4 years ago.
So he's so the normal one is the split personality.
What? Potty Professor's the real professor, and the good professor's his evil twin? Very funny, Hilda, but to be honest, I'm not really in the mood for jokes right now. I'm quite serious, Lucy. I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. But when I saw you chatting away happily to the other owl, I just didn't quite know how to bring it up. But I really don't know what to say to that. I understand how you must be feeling. It's exactly how I first felt 4 years ago. Really? Back then, I searched and searched for a way to show that it wasn't Al who shot Makepeace, but the investigation was a disaster. The evidence against Al just kept stacking up. And then, of course, when Al finally regained consciousness, it all became startling clear. My joy at seeing him awake again was shattered in an instant. The moment he came out with those words, it was all over. I shot Keelan Makepeace. And he's still claiming the same thing now. Well, the normal professor is, at least. Once I heard his confession, I knew it was all pointless. My Al was dead. This was someone else. Hilda. So I devoted myself to my profession instead of to a man. It was my new way of distancing myself to this new Al. He was so foreign to me. I'm sorry. I hope I haven't embarrassed you. Anyways, I'll be getting back to the others now. Think about what I've told you and take some time to consider what you should do. Don't forget that despite all this, you're still Detective Constable Lucy Baker. You have responsibilities. Aye, that's right. I'm Detective Constable. The mystery room might be the back office of all back offices, but we get stuff done, so I don't need any time to consider what I should do. There's nothing else for it. I gotta solve the final mystery of this case. The secret way to the West Tower rooftop. We've overlooked something to fall. Else it wouldn't still be a mystery, would it? There must be some vital piece of evidence none of us have clocked.
Yes! The final mystery!
Professor might said himself that he shot Keelan Makepeace, but I don't care. I don't believe a word of it. What we need is a new investigation to figure out how else someone could have gotten onto the West Tower roof.
Let's go! What? Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. You can examine things that don't even have a marker? This area is so huge though!
There we go.
Yeah? Has that ivy been torn off the wall by someone? Seems a bit unusual. Might be worth noting that.
Okay, I think I have enough.
Just need to figure out won't be long now.
It's probably gonna have to do with the ivy, right? The final questioning. It's time, boys.
Hello, Hilda. Oh, there you are, Lucy. To come to a decision. I've never been more sure of myself. There's only one course of action that makes any sense. That's to solve the final mystery of this case and put it to bed once and for all.
Lucy, you must be realistic. These events occurred 4 years ago. That's a very long...
Oh, do pipe down, Professor.
Huh? No, Lucy. That's not like you.
It's gone into you. You can thank Hilda for that. Like I said, I'm going to solve the secret on the West Tower rooftop. I'm going to blow this case wide open and expose the mastermind behind it all. And then tell us, Lucy, who was behind it? Behind the serial killings and Forbodian Castle. Who was the mastermind?
It was you, Justin. At least I'm pretty sure, maybe.
Mastermind of all this is you, Justin Lawson.
Oh. Oh! Yep, here we go, boys. At least we all know where we stand now. But if you think I'm going to just admit to it, you're sadly mistaken.
I agree with Lucy.
I'm afraid not. Lucy is wrong. After all, I've admitted the crime myself.
Looks like we'll need a bit of a reshuffle then, doesn't it?
Yes. Oh, cool. I'm going against the professor. Things are going to get very interesting now. Lucy, I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention before. Can you explain again, from the beginning, why you believe Justin to be the culprit?
Alright then, I will. For starters, there's Justin's involvement with Keelan Makepeace. It looks very likely they conspired together to set up the Forbodian Castle 4 years back.
What?
Oh, that's not all. You figured out Makepeace with a jigsaw puzzle killer long before anyone else did, didn't you, Justin? Then you threatened to arrest him unless he did what you told.
Is that true, Justin? Don't believe a word of it. It's conjecture, that's all.
We'll see about that. Let me talk you through my version of the events from Forbodian Castle 4 years ago. We'll pick up from when Hilda, Justin, and the Commissioner turned up looking for the Professor. The three stuck together at first when you had a gunshot all of a sudden, And the person who fired that shot were...
Keelan Makepeace. Boom!
The first shot was fired by Keelan Makepeace. And who he hit it were with...
Fendi Layton. Boom!
The first shot that were fired by Makepeace hit the professor.
Me? That's absurd, Lucy. I remember it all perfectly. I fired the first shot.
That's not what the real Al says, I assure you. The real Al is adamant he doesn't recall shooting Makepeace. He says you blacked out after the first shot.
What are you talking about, Hilda? I am the real Al. I'm Fendi Layton.
You're not the Fendi Layton who I once knew.
Lucy, set her straight, would you? That psychotic hothead who takes over my body isn't the real me, is he? Of course he isn't.
I don't know, Professor. I don't really know what to think anymore about all that. But what I do know is that where I work, we don't give up on any case till we got to the truth. That's enough blathering about this and that. It's time you lot all listen to what I've got to say.
Lucy, I... And there was me thinking you were just a wallflower. You've got bottle. I'm impressed. Come on then, I'm all ears.
Right then. After each shot, Professor Makepeace took up position in a corner of the West Tower roof. He was clasping his side with one hand, gun in the other, exactly as arranged with Justin beforehand. Meanwhile, Justin suggested that Hilda took the central tower to see what was happening. Then that left you to take the East Tower, didn't it, Justin? Just where you wanted to be. You're quite right about that. Justin was leading the search and telling us all where to go. In fact, I remember him saying that he'd been to the castle before, so he had a good idea of its layout.
Did I? It's so long ago I can't really remember.
Once everything were in place, that's when you shout over to the West Tower, Justin. Don't shoot, Al. Stand down. Well, the professor wasn't aiming his gun at Makepeace, let alone about to shoot. He wasn't even standing. Of course, all I could see through the slit window at the top of the central tower was Makepeace. When I heard Justin shout out like that, I must have just assumed Al was there, about to fire. Exactly. Makepeace's performance and Justin shouting out like he did threw you off. Together, those two tricks made you believe that the professor had Makepeace backed into a corner, defenseless. They had fooled you, Hilda, and the commissioner as well. It was all set up to make you take the fall, Al.
That's madness. It's just a fanciful theory, that's all. Pure supposition.
Come on, Professor.
If it weren't, how could I possibly remember shooting Makepeace myself? Come on, don't stop there. Let's see the rest of this tabloid melodrama. Huh. Obviously, after I shouted out to Al, all eyes were on the top of the West Tower. Then what?
The commissioner rushed into the West Tower to get up to the roof, but the last door was barred shut. It was as he was trying to break that door down that you heard all the second and third shots. Yes, that's certainly the problem with your theory, Lucy. Those two last shots. Up until now, we've all believed that those two shots were Makepeace and Al shooting at each other. But if what you say is true, Lucy, and Al was already unconscious on the floor, that can't be. Aye, it can't be. In other words, someone else must have fired those two shots.
Oh, really? Well, if it wasn't Al and Makepeace taking shots at each other, just who was responsible for the two successive shots fired on the West Tower rooftop? You, buddy? Wait, who was hit by the two shots? Oh, here we go. Boom!
It was Justin who fired the shots, of course. With the professor already unconscious, Justin had his gun off him and put a bullet in Makepeace's side, followed by a fatal one through his brain.
That at least would explain how my gun was identified as the murder weapon, but sadly that's not possible. Well said, Al. I was on the roof of the East Tower just moments before those shots. To get over to the other tower, I'd have to climb all the way down to the East Tower, then up the West. There's no way in the world I could have got there before Hilda or the Commissioner. In other words, the killer couldn't have been anyone other than me. In fact, I remember doing it. The fact that I remember doing it is surely more compelling proof than anything else. It's undeniable.
It certainly seems so. Justin simply couldn't have done it. Makepeace was shot by Al. We must accept it.
But if there was somehow a way, if I could somehow prove this hideous event that's carved in memory to be untrue. Hey, shouldn't it be an untrue?
Don't worry, Professor. That memory won't be troubling you much longer. I'm about to blow it out the water. Hook, line, and sinker!
I haven't had this much fun in ages. Let's see what you've got, Baker. You say I killed Makepeace? Where's the proof?
Oh, you killed him. You found your way from East Tower's roof to the West Towers, and you shot Makepeace dead. What proves it is...
Where is it? The broken ivy, boys. Boom!
These broken creepers prove it. Creepers?
Oh!
Simplicity itself. Who would have thought it?
Party Professor!
What are you trying to say, We're not in the right place here to answer that question.
What happened to Party Professor?
Would you all accompany me to the West Tower rooftop? That's cool, they're like fighting. Oh, I like it. What exactly was the point of dragging all of us all the way up here again?
Oh, come now, Justin. Why the feeble pretense? You know exactly what the point is.
Back to the party? I can't keep up.
Obviously, the ivy itself isn't important. What is important is...
Boom!
What's important is where the ivy were grown on the castle walls. Yes, the ivy has been broken on the outer wall of the central tower's topmost floor. Have a look. Hilda, can you see the small ledge along the wall underneath where that broken ivy is? Yes, I can see it. What of it? Don't you think you could get a foothold on a ledge like that? You can't be serious.
The rooftops of the west and east towers are almost at the same level as the top floor of the central tower.
Aye, and there's not much distance between them either. A little jump and you'd be on the ledge. All you'd have to do is shuffle along the ledge towards the west tower and jump off at the other end. You'd be on the roof of the west tower in a jiffy. But you couldn't, put a single foot wrong and you'd plummet to your death. Aye, just sort of antics you'd expect from a daredevil like Justin.
Oh yes, Justin's all brawn. If anyone has the required mental capacity for such a trick, it's him.
This is all very compelling, but it's the first I've heard of this circus act way to move between the towers. Do you have any actual evidence to show that's what I did? Of course I do. You are the evidence, Justin. Your body is proof. What? How? Where on my body? All over? Boom! 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 Boom!
I'll tell you where, Justin. All over, that's where.
What?
The ivy on your hands, the dust and lichen from the ledge and wall on your feet and jacket. Every part of your body that came in contact with the ivy in the wall will give your crime away.
Aye, it might not be visible with the naked eye, but I'd be willing to bet forensic will turn something up.
I bet you were pleased with yourself when you thought to use the self-same trick to kill Diane as her father, but you dug your own grave this time, Justin. So it's over at last, is it? That seemed a bit too easy.
Justin, just think if you hadn't killed Diane, nobody would be any the wiser.
It was a risk to use the same trick to kill that girl. A big risk. I was well aware of that.
Then why did you do it?
I couldn't take it anymore.
Take what?
The constant feeling that I might be found out at any moment. It's been 4 long years. And these last few months have been the worst. I thought that everyone who knew about what happened was out of the picture. But then, when you showed up, Baker, for some reason the old owl started to resurface again. And to make matters worse, Makepeace's daughter made an appearance as well. I couldn't be sure what her father had told her. I needed to be assured of her silence. By whatever means necessary. So you see, fear got the better of me. That's why the Makepeace girl had to be killed. It all started to go wrong that fateful day 4 years ago. You weren't supposed to make it, Al. I should have finished you off. I should have made sure.
Ha! Don't flatter yourself. You couldn't shoot me. You know you couldn't.
What?
Let me spell it out for you. You knew I wasn't quite dead when Makepeace shot me that day, but you chose to turn a blind eye.
Is that true?
Diane's murder was the same. Left to her own devices, she would have almost certainly have shot me in the head. But you killed her first, Justin. You killed her to save me.
Yes, technically, of course, you are a killer, but your victims are pure evil.
Ha 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 ha! So we'll just leave it at that, shall we? All is forgiven. What I fail to understand, though, is why you got involved with that criminal and his affairs in the first place. Because... no, forget it. Let's just say some bad people were getting a bit too powerful.
Give over, Justin. That's not going to wash.
That's all I have to say on the matter. Now throw me in a cell before I change my mind.
Would you like me to, Professor?
No, it's alright. Thank you, Lucy. Justin Lawson, I'm arresting you for 2 counts of murder. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Okay, I don't know why they didn't let me see that, but mystery solved. Oh, dang. The case resulted in the reopening of all the Jigsaw puzzle cases from 4 years earlier. Oh, okay. Actually, let me read. The outcome was shocking. Of the 26 cases that had been ascribed to Keyland Makepeace, 11 of them turned out to be nothing to do with him. Oh! They were all Justin. It were Justin who placed puzzle pieces at the scene of those 11 incidents, so they lumped in with the Jigsaw puzzle killings. Oh! It were the biggest mystery scandal in Met's history, and the press had a field day with it. But not once did Justin explain his motives. That brings us to today. Oh. The professor managed to wangle a meeting with Justin somehow. He's due back any minute now. Oh.
Professor, how'd it go with Justin?
Terrible, awful, disastrous.
Eh?
If they ever let him out, I'll kill him with my bare hands.
Eh? Whatever happened?
Never mind, nothing important. I asked him how my split personality came about.
Ooh, spill the beans. This I've gotta hear.
Just look at this book.
Brainwashing? What are you doing with a dodgy-looking book like that?
After I was shot and fell into a coma, Justin sat at my bedside reading this to me in an effort to shut me up.
He never did.
And the result was a pathetic other side of me being born. Wait, no, that's the other one. Ugh, sorry, that was me.
That's amazing. I can't believe it was such a success.
A success! Granted, I was very nearly dead. My mental faculties were severely impeded. He had the perfect conditions to brainwash me. But with this cheap and nasty book...
Aye, does look pretty naff, doesn't it?
I hate myself. Look at what I'm made of. A trashy schoolboy guide to mind games. No, it can't be. Ah, stupid book. It couldn't unhinge me. I'm a great mind, a thinker. I do the ×1.
No, it can't be. You're right. Sounds like a new mystery to me, Professor. Aye, a new mystery. And if there's a mystery to solve, we can't just leave it be.
What are you talking about, Lucy?
We gotta investigate, Professor, to find the secret behind Placid Professor.
Don't mock me, Lucy. No one could ever hope to understand all the inner workings of the mind.
Don't be so sure. Between the three of us, Potty Professor, Placid Professor, and me, there's nothing we can't solve.
But I have a mountain of paperwork stacking up. I really can't...
All that can wait. Come on. It's a perfect cracking day out there. Perfect weather for solving mysteries.
That's pretty funny, actually, that's how it came to be. Oh, that was Potty Professor, I think. That looked like red hair. Stop pushing me. I don't know what the sound effect is. Oh. Yes, that's what happened. It's shaken all of us, but at least there's no need to worry about him anymore. Is he talking to Layton? Wait, I didn't think about that. Yes, well, there's still a number of unanswered questions. Quite. We could certainly... Oh my god, he's talking to Professor Layton, isn't he? Oh, sorry, that just hit me. We could certainly use your investigative talents when the time comes. Yeah! It'd be like old times, Herschel. Yo! 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 What is the point of Catriel's game if the commissioner knew where he was the whole time? Yo! Hurt. Oh my god, I can't believe that never hit me. Of course he was talking to Layton. Oh! That was such a cool ending. Oh my god! Oh, why did this game sell so poorly? That makes me sad. Oh. That was a good ending. Holy crap. And Justin, turned out to not be a great guy. I'm still a little mad we didn't learn what his motive was. I mean, I guess he kind of described it. He was thinking, like, I guess some criminal masterminds were getting a bit too big for his liking, so he, you know, killed them. But, I don't know, I wish he would have gone a bit more in depth with that, but other than that, the final confrontation was pretty cool. The investigation sections of that chapter, ooh, really good. Holy crap, man. Yeah, this was a very, very good game. I really... I was hoping for something a bit funnier, never mind. But yeah, this entire game, really good. I really enjoyed this. In fact, at the moment, I'm sure this will change after I played Unwound Future and all the 70 other million games. Actually, there's only like 5 left. It's not that bad. But this is probably my favorite game so far, which I feel is a little unfair because this is more of like the style of game that I prefer. Like, I don't know. The puzzles are okay. I've never been a huge fan of them. They're definitely a very cool part of the Professor Layton series, but this is like more of a investigative game that I like. So, I don't know, it's a different type of thing, but right now this probably is my favorite game, but I'm sure, don't worry, I know people are gonna be like, are you kidding me? This is your favorite? It's like, whatever. But I'm sure I'll love Unwound Future as well, so. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. Potty Professor was definitely my favorite character in the end. He's awesome, dude. Like, especially learning he was the original personality, that's really cool, actually. But, Layton, how did you raise your son if that was the original personality, huh? And it definitely going back now, it's pretty clear that Justin. I had a sneaking suspicion that he was actually the mastermind behind this because because remember he said that thing back in like chapter 3, I think, where he's like, oh, does Al ever mention names unrelated to the case? And I was like, man, that never came to fruition. And then I'm like, wait, what if he was just lying about that and he was trying to save himself? So I kind of was like, yeah, that's probably it, actually. Oh, he's crying about Lawson. But, and, moments earlier, there was another one I was thinking of, but I completely forget it now. Oh, when he was like, oh, Al could have never have done it. He doesn't have it in him, because he was trying to play up that, oh no, normal Al is actual Al. Plastic Professor, sorry, it's, I guess, the professor, or is the official name, I don't know. Alfendi Layton, okay? That's all we need to know. But, yeah, overall, like I said, I love this game, actually. It was really cool. I wish they would make a Switch Mystery Room 2, but that'll never happen because, this game didn't do well. And also, it's not even an actual thingamabobber, It's not, like, I don't think the original creator even touched this. Because this was a completely different game at the beginning, and then they're like, oh, I'll slap Layton onto it. But, oh, okay. Well, there's Potty Professor. Wait, was that now? Did he seriously not get... I mean... I guess both of them were technically in self-defense. So did he just, like, not get arrested at all? I feel like that wouldn't fly. He tried to set up another man for the killing. Like, what? Closed. Mystery Makers? What's this? Oh, that's the credits again. No, go back. Alrighty, well. And that's it. That's the end of the game, guys. I mean, yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this game. And we're going to be getting straight into Unwound Future. Then we're going to take a break from the Professor Layton series. But I don't know, I've had the Layton bug going, but I knew I would get sick of the puzzles. So I was like, this is the perfect time to play this game. But yeah, overall, like I said, really enjoyed this game. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below, because I know not a lot of people enjoyed this. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. See you all in the next video. Peace out.